Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to Explain. It's been a while since the last video, I know, but I've been trying out lots of different plugins, getting some practice, had some updates IRL, and I wanted to share them with you. First and foremost though, you might see lots of planes on the ground, actually lots of planes airborne as well, you can see them. I bought the Traffic Global plugin, replaced my existing one, World Traffic 3, and so far I'm loving it. Looks like zero impact on performance so far, and everything is working pretty well. But in this flight, we'll test how they work together with our offline ATC software, Pilot2ATC. We'll see if it can see the planes, if it can coordinate us properly, things like that, okay? Anyway. So flying from Manila to Cebu today, and I also have one more plugin, a pilot's life software, which simulates our life as a pilot, starting as a junior first officer, and that's why we are seated here on the right seat, not worthy yet to sit on the captain seat right there. So we have our current flight right here. Have to be honest, I haven't been doing very well in terms of landings, but it's a process. Anyway, so let's turn that off and let us get our clearance from delivery. Delivery Clumsy 168, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Clumsy 168 is cleared to Romeo Papa Victor Mike. Fly the IPAT-2R departure, with the IPATA transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 06. Climb to flight level 190 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.9 squawk 4543.
Let's have my co-pilot read that back.
Clumsy 168 is cleared to Romeo Papa Victor Mike. Fly the IPAT-2R departure with the IPATA transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 190 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.9 squawk 4543.
Clumsy 168 read back correct. QNH is 1015. Contact ground on 121.35 when ready for pushback. Enjoy your morning.
Alright. 1015. And ground is on 121.35. Switch to ground, like so. We have our tug right below already. We have our APU ready. So let's switch to that. Start the APU bleed, and we should be able to get rid of our GPU. Sounds good. Ground Clumsy 168, ready for pushback and engine start.
Clumsy 168 pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved, Clumsy 168. Alright, let's get rid of the parking brake.
Starting pushback.
Turn on anti-collision lights. Turn off the packs here.
Boarding is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabins. Verify arm door standby for all call.
Maybe turn on the fasten seatbelt signs as well. Start engine 2.
We've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Love that sound.
Good morning.
There's a plane taking off from there. No one else taxiing at the moment though. That's good. Actually, what I wanted to test as well is if the traffic from Traffic Global, this guy, if they will smash into us or if they will look at us. If they will stop. Actually, they don't, huh? Yeah, it's still not perfect. I was hoping that if you're in front of them, they would stop and give way for you. But it seems like they don't mind you at all. Start engine 1. Still, everything is amazingly set up already. Just load the sim, and once you load the map, all the planes are there automatically. With World Traffic 3, you had to set that up manually, and it was a bit of a pain, an additional step, and then you had to generate ground routes and everything. But here it's automatic. There's one on final right there, you can see it. You can enable that view. That's Cebu, 3 miles away, and there's one right behind him as well. Engines are good. Let's turn off that display. Switch, turn off APU, continuous, probe heats, packs are on, auto, off.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Just in time. Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Set takeoff flaps. 5 degrees. Let's go and check our flight controls. You might have seen it on YouTube or on Instagram. I recently had a chance to go on a flight simulator, a hardcore 737 flight simulator. The experience was amazing. Gave me a different perspective of how heavy the flight controls can be compared to being on a desktop simulator. But it's all cool, it's amazing. Really motivated me to practice more and get used to
Tow is disconnected and bypassed and has
how to fly
hand signal will be on the right. We'll
with
see
a
you next time,
proper
and have a
large
great
airliner.
flight.
Let's have a look at this one. Golf 9, Charlie 6, Hotel 2 is probably the taxi ways that will be assigned to. Let's wait for that guy. Show me the thingy. There he is. Bypass pin has been removed. Good. Let's request taxi instructions. Ground Clumsy 168, ready to taxi.
Clumsy 168 taxi to runway 06 via taxiways Lima, Golf 9er, Charlie 6, Hotel 2.
Exactly. Taxi to runway 06 via taxiways Lima, Golf 9er, Charlie 6, Hotel 2, Clumsy 168. Awesome. Brakes are off. Check the brakes. Lights are on. Let's go and signal cabin crew. I can click it. There you go. And let's start spooling up the engine ever so slightly. LNAV auto, throttle armed. Weather radar, airport. Terrain on that side. Looking good. I must say though, comparing the simulator experience with the Zibo, actually the Zibo is still more hardcore because the simulator I went to is not really the one that is being used by the pilots. It's more for the casual the civilians who are interested in aviation. So it's not like the hardcore simulation stuff. So some of the aspects are simplified. So in terms of like the FMC, all the switches and whatnot, the Zibo still has more details. But I mean in terms of the actual cockpit, the flight deck, right, the flight controls, the yoke and everything, well, I have no complaints. And a huge thanks to Mrs. Clumsy for purchasing that for me. She bought that for me as her birthday gift. And I must say, it's a priceless experience. Look at that, beautiful. Wonder what airline that is. Let's have a look. Cebu Pacific. Can you say what? Can you see what plane it is? I don't think so. There's a tail number there. Let's have a look at it. And maybe go faster a bit. You can even hear the wheels as they touch the ground. That's nice. Very nice effect.
Clumsy 168 contact tower on 118.4. Have a nice flight.
Tower on 118.4, Clumsy 168. 118.4. This is the hard part. Multitasking. We might be ending up on the grass now. Let's see where we are. Oh, not quite. Perfect. Slow down here. And stop right before the hold short line. Looks like a beautiful morning. Start the trip. Stop right here. Stop, please. Thank you. Tower, Clumsy 168, ready for departure, runway 06.
Clumsy 168 winds are calm, cleared for takeoff, runway 06.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 06, Clumsy 168. There's actually one on final there, but still far. So we are good here. Landing lights are on. Strobe and steady. TARA. We have rejected takeoff. Set. Set the timer. Release the parking brake. Test it quick. Okay. No takeoff configuration horn. That means everything is set up properly. Let's do this. Maybe we can do a rolling start. Get away from that guy. Is he still far away? Oh yeah, no problem. Now I don't think this should be set up like this. I have a hard time imagining how a plane can go through all these markers, these lights. But okay. 40% N1. Push toga. Takeoff thrust set. Push on the yoke a bit. Speeds alive. How beautiful that is, guys.
80 knots.
80 knots. Check. And look at all those planes on the left. How realistic that looks with some planes taxiing and whatnot. Beautiful. And off we go. Beautiful.
Positive brake.
Gear up. Follow the flight directors.
400.
We can start enabling the autopilot, but I want to hand fly it for a bit. And that's why you can feel it be a bit more fidgety than usual. Let's bug up.
1000.
It's hard to multitask. Flaps 1. Oh man, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Oh wow. Come on. Flaps up. And we are now officially on our climb. VNAV. Let's try and hand fly this all the way until air traffic control talks to us and I have to focus. It does feel great hand flying this. See any planes in front? Oh, no problem. Nothing on the TCAS either. Should be turning right soon. There we go. We've been cleared to flight level 190. So that will not be for a while yet. Oh my goodness, look at that beautiful shot right there. I think I'm happy with that. Command A. Autopilot has been enabled. Let's adjust the heading somewhere like that. Now if I remember correctly, we should actually switch to departure frequency already automatically based on what I've seen in the airport chart. I think we should have done that like at 1,000 feet above ground. 119.9er. So let's switch and let's report back. Departure Clumsy 168, climbing to flight level 190.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact.
There we go. What is that? Is that a cloud? Oh, look at that beautiful shot. Isn't that majestic? Let's go and enable the airplane tags so we can see anyone else who's out in the air with us. Let's go plane spotting. Not much in here though. Can't see anyone else. Later on we'll probably get that more though. Zoom out here. There we go. I think we can turn off the... Okay, ready? After takeoff checks. Landing gear is off and auto brake off.
Clumsy 168,
Auto.
contact Manila departure on 119.9er. Enjoy your morning.
We are there already. Departure on 119.9er. Take care. Clumsy 168. And then we just simulate that. We report again. Departure Clumsy 168, climbing to flight level 190.
Clumsy 168, radar contact.
Okay, fine. It's not perfect, but it's nice still having some kind of air traffic control support. Actually nice. I was tweaking with it yesterday and it can actually play well with Traffic Global. I was on final with the Manila airport where we just took off from, and the Pilot2ATC actually told me you're number 2 because there was one in front of me on short final. It was a great feeling. You can actually see the planes and work with the planes beside you. Very immersive experience. Switch to standard altimeter settings there. Zoom out a bit here. Looking good. No planes inside, really? That's strange. Usually there would be... Oh, there we go. There's one there. 76.6 miles away. We can do plane spotting and stuff. What I noticed though, they don't actually get rendered until they're like less than 10 miles away from you. So you see the labels, but you don't actually see the plane itself. They have to be very close. I think it has something to do with X-plane limitation. But still, amazing stuff. Let's have a look at the different camera angles here. Engine shot with a beautiful view of those mountains as they disappear through the fog. Wing shot. Oh, there we go. Lots of planes there. I guess that's the EA airport. There's an option to disable the labels for the ones on the ground. So that one. So all we see are the planes airborne. A bit of dramatic shot right there. Beautiful. And actually turn off the logo lights as well. And the runway turn off lights. I'm going to keep this on the labels for now, just so we have like plane spotting. Even if we can't see the plane itself, we can still see them to a point. Looks good there. Let's have a look at the FMC. Currently climbing. Will be a top of climb in 95 miles from now. That's 2218 Zulu. It's currently 2206 Zulu, so probably around 12 minutes. And in terms of the progress, we should be arriving at Cebu at 22:55, so that's in around 40 minutes from now, more or less, which is fine. Let's close that. So here is our departure, Ipata to Romeo. Falls of 11,000. Yes, that's well within our allowance, and we will
Clumsy
be
168, climb and maintain flight level 270.
1,000 to go.
climb and maintain flight level 270, Clumsy 168. Awesome. Our cruising altitude for today will be flight level 350, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look at the other stuff here. Pressure is climbing. Cabin pressure, that's good. No red lights anywhere. I think we are all good here. Later on, we'll try and calculate our stuff for landing. And that's going to be pretty cool because it was recently implemented in the Zibo mod, so there's actually something here where you do your performance landing. It's going to be great. It looks very professional. And recently, this is 3.39.20, I think, or 21, can't remember. It has a landing rate analysis now. Very simplistic. Doesn't tell you the number, but it tells you if it's good, great, or whatnot. Let's see what other planes are there. Something nearby? Is that? I'm not sure. I think that's 90 miles away or 80 miles away. So yeah, they will all just be labels, but we won't be able to see them with our naked eye. So during the flight experience, gave me a very good idea of how it feels on an actual 737 yoke and controls. Feels very heavy, I'll be honest. Nothing compared to my very cheap CH Eclipse yoke here in the desktop simulator. So it all feels very flimsy now compared to that. But it was a good experience, so I know what I'm missing. Maybe I can save up for that. They also made me fly lots of different approaches. Very tricky approaches. I think some of the famous one. What was that? The Kai Tak Hong Kong airport. So we took off from Macau and circled around and landed in did that interesting approach in the Kai Tak airport. I think I actually did it twice. Once was with the IGS approach. Everything was foggy, so I had to really rely on the instruments. It was a cool thing, and the instructors guiding me along the way. Very useful stuff. I learned a thing or two. I hope I can apply them somewhat. But yeah, quite tricky. If you guys want to check that out, I did show some of the highlights of the footage. There was footage that was involved. It was not the best quality, but it gives you a very nice peek into how it looked with me on the captain seat. Not sure if I was worthy of that. Some funky landings, especially with the advanced approaches. We tried the Bhutan approach, very short runway, very narrow runway above the mountains. I think there was also one, like, I'm not sure, the Rio de Janeiro airport, can't remember. But yeah, I think these are very famous approaches, advanced and tricky ones. So no surprise that
Clumsy
I
168, climb and maintain flight level 350.
fumbled in some aspects. Climb and maintain flight level 350, Clumsy 168. Let's set that properly, like so. Looking good. Alright. Top of climb is indicated right there. And we are past the Ipata waypoint. Let's close that off. Let's load up the Cebu airport. Romeo Papa Victor Mike. Wow, it's getting bumpy in here. A little bit of turbulence looks like. And maybe let's let our passengers go on a bio break. Because we're nice people like that. Maybe should have done that a long time ago, a few minutes ago. Okay, let's load up the stuff here. We will be joining the... Let me see if I can remember. I do have my chart right here. Batay 3 Papa arrival. Batay. Is that the right one? I do have the night mode setting. But I think I can use this daytime mode now. Mactan is 114.3 VOR. I think we can do that. Batay descend to 6,000. Mactan 114.3. Let's set up that up in the VOR. 11430. Activate. 1430. Do we see it already? Is it within range? Not yet. So you see the VORs here. Not detecting that yet. So based on the frequencies, should get some additional guidance in addition to the GPS navigation. This is how they navigated before the time of the GPSs. Radial 350. Okay, so we can set that up in the course as well. So once it arrives, once it's within range, we have the additional guidance in case the GPS screws up. We have redundancies. Backup after backup after backup. Okay, so that looks good. Then we want to Bohol. Alright, and then we are approaching via RNAV 04, I believe that is, with the Tonyo transition. So Tonyo is that one. So coming from the Bohol waypoint, we go straight onto Tonyo here. Go straight, turn left, and that's the runway right there. We'll be descending all the way to 2,400. That's where we'll be approaching the fix here. And we should be descending on a 3 degree glide path. Minimums 410. That should be the altitude where we decide if we are going to continue with the landing or not. So normally when you see the runway, then it's fine. But if the weather is very bad, then that can be a tricky thing, and you might have to go around, stuff like that. What did we say? 410? Indeed, 410. So that is in there now. Baro 410. Looking good so far. Maybe one of these days I'll make a video trying out those tricky approaches that they let me do See if we can do better here in the desktop simulator. That would be interesting though. Some very interesting approaches. Wow, it's really bumpy here. Let's tone down the bank angle 10 degrees since we're above 30,000 feet. And that looks good. If you look at the pilot's live window, it detects around where you are already. It doesn't get the full flight plan, so it's just a straight line from the departure and the arrival airports. But it does record your distance, altitude, and all the other basic information. It also auto detects when you start your engines. So it detects that you've started your engines and that the flight starts automatically. So minimal manual intervention needed. Yeah, we are actually flying also Air Philippines here, which is not existing anymore as far as I know. I think it was changed to PAL Express. They were bought by Philippine Airlines. Hence, this is why we have a Philippine Airlines livery. Even though in reality, Philippine Airlines doesn't have a 737 anymore. And I think they never had the 737-800, but this is the plane I want to fly, and this is our virtual airline. So why not? We have a look at the ATIS at the destination.
1,000 to go.
360 at 12 knots. I think it will be a bit crosswindy, but fine. We'll find a way through it. Okay. We are now on our cruise right here. And in what? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? We should be starting our descent. But man, it's very bumpy really. Let's see how it feels in the passenger seat. Yeah, look at that. How can you eat like this? Explain? Anyone? Passengers don't seem to mind though. They look pretty happy. Look at that! Mr. X-Plane himself. Yeah, quite bumpy. I'll take it. Look at the wing flexing in there. That's fine. We'll survive. Alright. I'll come back later, guys, when we are ready to descend. Let's do a bit of dramatic shot first, though. And I'll catch you later. Welcome back. We are close to our top of descent. See it right there. Around 50 miles from here, but we might be given earlier instructions by the air traffic control. 60 miles correction. And I realized I was showing you the wrong chart a while ago. If you look at the arrival chart, I clicked the Batay. Apparently I should have chosen the runway for RNAV arrivals, because as part of that would be the actual arrival that we are joining, Batay 3 Papa, this one. A few differences. We actually won't even use the Mactan VOR that I set up, so that's okay. But yeah, let's just leave it be. I'm looking for the VOR actually for Cebu, the airport where we're arriving at. I'm not sure how to find it. Maybe you guys can give me some hints. Parking spots, let's turn that on as well. If I show you the airport, this is Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, Philippines, Mactan, Cebu International. See a couple of different frequencies. We see that there's a VOR there, but I don't see the frequency of the VOR. maybe I'm just missing it somewhere here. Anyway, it's not that important, it's mostly for backup purposes, but it does feel nice to have it simulated. Maybe we can find it here. Tonyo max 250 knots at or above 4,000 feet. That's the airport right there. ATIS 126.6. Transition level flight level 130. Yeah, I don't see the VOR for Cebu. That's fine. How about the one for the approach here? Final approach course is 046. Maybe this one here we can see. 046 or nav. No, nothing either. It's really nice though, a bit nerdy, but I really like it. Trying to understand these
Clumsy
charts.
168 descend to Cospatay at flight level 200, then descend via the Bata 3 Parker arrival with the Patay transition to 4,000 feet. QNH is 1014 at Mactan Cebu International.
Gotcha, let's have our co-pilot read all of that.
Will cross Batay at flight level 200, then descend via the Bata 3 Papa arrival with the Batay transition to 4,000 feet. QNH is 1014 Clumsy 168.
4,000 feet, but they did want us to cross Batay at 200, so we put this slash 200, put that here. That will signal the FMC that we want to cross it at flight level 200. Execute, and our top of climb or top of descent should be much earlier. That should work. Yes, and we can follow that then. Look at this, we actually have someone close to us. That's that guy, Cebu Pacific. Can we see it? No. See, no matter how much you zoom in, it's still not close enough. You can see the label but not the plane. They should be right below the label right here. Maybe they will come up later though. That's the closest we've seen. So it does work. The TCAS system with the planes, they mostly work. And yes, if it gets close enough to us, Pilot2ATC air traffic control will tell us that we have traffic if they come within 10 miles of us. Come on, show yourself. Well, we can imagine we're plane spotting. Plane label spotting at least. That's fine. Top of descent is in 17 miles. That should be... Actually, we should have reached that already. It's coming pretty close. Then again, that's fine. We'll get to that later. So we will be descending all the way to 4,000 feet following the arrival. There are no other vertical restrictions here aside from being above 10,000 at Batay. Yeah, that should be fine. What we did there with the FMC, that will recalculate our descent profile, and the Zibo does an amazing job at that. Let's do one more check, maybe we can still spot it. It's too far away already. It's nice though, right? Even if you could just see the labels, it's nice to feel that you're not alone. You're actually flying in a public airspace. Now we should get a warning soon. This should light up, the FMC light here, saying reset MCP altitude. Because we're currently at 35,000 feet, our setting is still at 35,000 feet. We should lower that down to 4,000 later. We can do that now, but I still want to see it light up before I do anything. Because I'm a procrastinator. I think it's the correct procedure. Max 250 knots, 4,000 feet. There we go. You heard it. Reset MCP alt. And now we go and lessen that to 4,000. That means it will descend to 4,000. based on the vertical plan that it calculated and taking into account all the other restrictions along the way, but I don't think there are any, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm still trying to look for the VOR here, and I have not been successful at doing so. I'm really thinking that there should be something here. I'm missing something, guys. Airport elevation 35 feet. 126.6. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I've actually started our descent already. Slowly transitioning to flight idle, and here you can see the engines spooling down here. To flight idle. There you go. And now we are descending properly. Drag required, it says. Really? No, you can do it. I don't think I'll need to deploy speed brakes. I wonder if we can see that from here. The airport information. 28 feet, ATC, approach, tower. Oh, there's nothing. Fine. Leave it be. There is no ILS approach here either, so we can't tune to anything along that way as well. Maybe you can click it. Interactive stuff. But yeah, we can start calculating for the landing actually. That's what we can do. Ascending below 30,000 feet, let's move the bank angle to 25 degrees. And we are right bang on the vertical profile. You can see it here. That's the magenta line. This one is saying we are 60 feet below, but we are coming pretty close. Yeah, that's negligible discrepancy in there. Okay, so let's go and calculate arrival progress. So we are currently, fuel is currently at 4.8 tons. You can see that here as well, 4,800 kilos. It says that by the time we arrive at Cebu, we'll be at 4.3. That's a 0.5 discrepancy. So we change our gross weight by 0.5. So this is 66.1. That's going to be our landing weight. And that's most likely going to be flaps 30. So we have a long runway. We don't need to go flaps 40 here. So flaps 30. But I will plug all of these in with the new landing calculator embedded in Zibo. So flaps 30, runway 04, dry. Let's have a look at the situation over in Mactan. It's 360 at 12 knots. That means it's going to be 8 knot headwind, 9 crosswind, 9 knot crosswind. Oh crap, I don't do very well with crosswinds. But then again, I don't do well with normal landings either, so that's fine. Temperature there in Cebu is 25 degrees Celsius. That's actually pretty cold, considering we're in the Philippines. And the pressure there will be 1014 hectopascals. Okay, good. Landing weight, what we computed is 66.1. VRF add 5, so we see there's another page that came up, and once we go to the next page, look at that beauty. It sees that the I'm not sure what AD means. If you guys know, you let me know, okay? But that looks like the touchdown point. And then these are the different braking levels, the auto brake, so you know where you need to stop. Like if you set it to auto brake 1, you'll reach almost the end of the runway. And if you look at the airport diagram, that means we'll be stopping almost here, just in time for that last turn. But knowing me, I never land on the actual touchdown zone. I'm very bad at that, so I don't really land here. I land mostly like over on these parts. So I think instead of 1, I'll set it to auto brake 2, just so we have a bit of allowance, or even 3. But I think I'll set it to 2. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Auto brake 2 is set, and we are ready for landing. You also see the VREF in here, 149 knots. That's our landing speed, plus 5 knots, 154. It's going to be our approach approach speed. Something like that. Don't quote me on any of this, alright? I'm just following whatever I'm watching. There we are. Near Batay. And we did say, sorry, all over the place, at Batay at 20,000 feet, and we are exactly on, did they say 20,000 or 21,000? Flight level 200. Yeah, that's pretty close. Batay at flight level 200. Right. So by the time we reach Batay, we should be bang on that profile. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's zoom in a bit here. Seatbelt signs on. Let's adjust our heading. Looking good. Now that VOR doesn't really... Maybe that's already what we're tracking. Do you think? Let's see. Mactan. We were tracking Mactan. Maybe I've been so distracted. I was using this one a while ago, this Batay arrival. And there's this Mactan VOR. Yeah, actually that's exactly it. Oh yeah, so I've been tracking the right thing all throughout. That's cool. Yeah, so I've been looking at it for the longest time, but apparently it's already there. Just not on the arrival chart that we have been looking for, like here. Doesn't say there. So this is the right chart for us. So in the wrong chart, it is indicating. Alright, so let's have a look again at that approach chart. We will be approaching, final approach course will be 046 degrees. Let's double check that that is the case here. Oh, it doesn't say here because it's an RNAV approach. Okay, so if we set this to 046. I think I just clicked on something. I hope not. No, good. 046. There you go. It's actually looking pretty good. So we will be doing that turn. More of like a left turn. And that's the runway right there already. Nice. I actually forgot to do some things, but since it's a short flight, it's not that critical, like the descent winds and stuff like that. But what I would like to do is to get some kind of marker on how far away we are. So if I go to fix runway 04, mark it 10 miles away and 4 miles away, that should appear right there. See? 10-mile marker and 4-mile marker.
168 contact Mactan approach on 121.2. Enjoy your morning.
Slow-mo, lady. Approach on 121.2, Clumsy 168. 121.2. Approach Clumsy 168, descending 4,000 feet.
Clumsy 168, good morning. Radar contact. Continue descent via the Bata 3 Papa arrival. For the RNAV approach to runway 04 with the Tango transition at Mactan Cebu International.
That's very long.
Continue
she'll not
descent
have a
via
chance
the
to
Bata
understand
3
me.
Papa arrival for the RNAV approach to runway 04 with the Tonyo transition Clumsy 16A.
Usually when it's long lines like that, I just let the co-pilot read it back, so there's no chance of miscommunication along the way. He speaks much better than I do. Looking good there. Let's do close. There it is. To 4,000 feet, and when they clear us for the RNAV approach, then we can lower down to look at those beautiful clouds, huh? Cloud surfing for the win. We can descend to 2,400 feet. Actually should be lower. We can set our altitude to around 410 or 450 feet until we capture the glide path, and then we can increase that back to 2,000 once we've done so. I have a hard time doing these RNAV approaches. It's a bit different versus other planes, but we'll see if I can handle it this time. Also, I think that will be the least of my concerns, because as always the landing is something that I'm not very familiar with, hence I am in the right seat. This gives me a bit more excuse to screw up. And see that lighting up there? We actually should have changed to the local altimeter setting already. QNH 1014.
Clumsy 168 QNH is 1014 cleared for the RNAV approach to runway 04 with the Tonyo transition at Mactan Cebu International. Clumsy 168 flow to 185 knots or less.
185? Really? Oh, that's intense. Fine. Let's turn on terrain just in case. So we are cleared for the RNAV approach, so we can lower that down to 2,400 feet, was it? 2,400, but we can lower that down to the minimums, so it will give us enough space to capture the glide path. Set that to 500. Minimums is 410. And once we do capture the glide path, we can increase that altitude to the missed altitude at 2,000 feet.
Clumsy 168 flow to 185 knots or less.
Ah, yes.
Wilco Clumsy 168.
Fine. Is there such an instruction? I don't think there is such an instruction in the approach chart. Yeah, it says Antonio Max 250. So I'm not sure where the ATC is getting it from, but fine. If they say so, there must be a reason. You can at least roleplay it. There we go. We should be able to go flaps 5 now. Speed checks. Below 250 knots. Yeah, that should be okay. Flaps 5. What's happening with that kind of descent? Why has the vertical path suddenly changed like that? That's interesting and scary at the same time. Goodness.
Clumsy 168 flow to 185 knots or less.
We'll go Clumsy 168, speeding for the win. Fine. Let's turn those on as well. Okay, we are getting into the vertical profile again. Not sure what changed. Suddenly dropped on us like that. Weird. Okay. And now we can follow the FMC speeds again. Okay, good. flight idle doing our descent. We are basically like on base.
118 next month, flight attendant.
Is there a ground control? There is. That's fine. Just do it like that. You know what? I'll go switch to this view because this will show us our landing rating later on. And I'm afraid to see it, but you have to face the music. Looking good. Flaps 5. Alright. Speed brakes are down. There you have it. A little bit slow-mo, but I'll take it. Some planes along the way. Should be okay though. They should be asking us to switch to towers soon, by the way. Maybe it's useful if we try and track that already. 118.1. It's not always consistent though, tower frequency in the chart and what the Pilot2ATC has. Let's have a look here. Tower is 118.1 indeed, but yeah, you never know what we'll get. But still, it would help if we tune that already, prepare for it. Maybe we get lucky. There you go. Okay, how are the winds? Winds are 360 at 12 knots. It's a bit cloudy. Yeah, we can see that. Looking good so far though. Let's make sure that I'm not missing anything here. I'm not using any checklists anymore, guys. Just basing everything from what I remember. So oftentimes I miss some stuff. Hopefully nothing critical though. Start switches, recall. Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe we can start with that already. Continuous recall, no warnings, that's good. Speed brakes are armed. Landing gear, do we need to already? Not yet at the moment. I think flaps 5 is enough. Actually, we're a bit slow already. Can do this a bit faster. It's fine. I think I can turn off the display now for the aircraft so we can focus on the landing on the runway. Let's do a bit of sightseeing first though. Man, look at that, beautiful. Yeah, this scene has some ortho photos in
Clumsy
there.
168 QNH's 1014 at Natan Cebu International Contact Tower on 118.1.
Wow,
Have a
we
nice
got
day.
it right. Tower on 118.1, Clumsy 168, good day. Tower, Clumsy 168, inbound for the RNAV approach to runway 04.
Clumsy 168 good morning. Radar contact. Continue RNAV to runway 04 call when established on final.
Continue RNAV to runway 04, will call when established on final, Clumsy 168. Here we go, guys. Almost there. Stay with me. I need your help. Okay, we have the auto brake settings, flaps. We can do this. Should be starting our turn soon. Anytime now. Maybe now? There we go.
Runway 34 right,
Looking
clear
good.
to launch, Japan Air 9960.
Airport should be on our left. See anything? Not quite. We'll see it soon enough.
There's a land 349. 34 right, United 828.
Still quite far away. Should be right in front of us. Maybe a little bit of zooming in will help. Wow, zooming in helps with the lag. Oh, there it is. There it is. Quite far away still.
Tower Itada 605, 140 ME approaching
Yes.
runway 34 right.
2,500 feet, I will lower the landing gears.
Clear to land runway 34
And set
right,
flaps to
number
15.
3, Itada 605.
But I'm trying to delay it just so we wouldn't have, just so we'll have just enough time and won't be approaching it too slow as we already are at the moment. I also have to align my heading here. Winds are not too bad at the moment. Almost headwind. Very slight crosswind, that's good for me. Hopefully that keeps up. Okay. Landing gear down, flaps 15. Three green. Looking good. Flaps 30. Speed checks.
North Forward, Japan Air 960.
Good. And we are now at VREF 154. VREF plus 5. From here, it's just the wish of a steady approach. Looking good though. Looking good because autopilot's still on. Once I turn it off, then everything breaks loose. Yeah, I think now we have captured the glide path. I'm hoping we have. This is where I have trouble. If I set now the missed altitude to 2,000 feet, will it stop descending? Oh, it's continuing its descent. That's good. Alright, perfect. Yeah, that's what I was always afraid of. Okay, but so looks like we've done that correctly. Let me lower the throttle here now, around 64% N1. That should be the perfect approach.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Auto throttle is off. Autopilot is off, now we are on our own. And now I am getting quite nervous. Oh, we have to report. Clumsy 168 established on final.
Clumsy 168 winds are 002 at 12 knots cleared to land runway 04. Clumsy 168 winds are 001 at 12 knots cleared to land runway 04.
Clear to land runway 04, Clumsy 168.
Approaching minimums.
Speeds are good.
400.
I think I have to
Minimums.
a bit sharper. Minimums, land.
300.
Looks good. Catch the glide
200.
path, there we go.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, we floated a bit. That's my main problem. But that was a very smooth landing.
Clumsy 168 exit runway when able.
Reversers on. Stay in the middle here. Reversers to idle. And we can exit through here.
Taxi to northbound.
Set the flaps up. Clear of active, Clumsy 168.
Clumsy 168, welcome to Mactan Cebu International Contact Ground on 121.8. Have a good morning.
Ground on 121.8. Good morning, Clumsy 168. Stop here and let ground lead us where we need to go. That wasn't too bad, huh? Speed brakes. Turn off auto brake. 121.8 they said, right? Sorry. Still a bit shaken with all that excitement. 121.8. There we go. Ground, Clumsy 168, request taxi to the gate. Let's see where they'll ask us to go.
Clumsy 168 taxi to gate 5 via taxiways Bravo, Delta.
Taxi to gate 5 via taxiways Bravo, Delta. Clumsy 168. Bravo
Clumsy 168
Delta.
Taxi to gate 5.
Bravo and Delta. So that's this one. We are in Delta already. Gate 5, huh? Let's have a look if we can find that here. Yeah, the gates aren't completely in sync. So there's like, maybe they're saying Bravo 5. We'll just go to the nearest one. They'll understand. So we'll park this up. Once the engines are off, a pilot's life will detect it and will end the flight. And we'll go and see how we landed. There should have been a landing rate right here, but I don't see it. Maybe it was there a while ago and now it's gone. Okay. Let's turn off the lights as well. Turn off the strobes. Reset that. Flight directors off. Now where can we park? Pretty occupied. Looks like there's someone taxiing right there. It's full though. How about that one? Oh, everybody is somewhere here. Oh, there. We can go there, I think. Although there's someone blocking us, I hope they get out of the way. I think they're stuck. It's probably giving way to that guy. But yeah, even here in this plane, traffic global is in there, and you can there's even these effects. You know, as the engine muffles the air. Sorry, I know that's not the technical term. That's pretty cool, right?
Runway 34 left via Whiskey 3.
Start the APU.
And hold short of Sierra. West 415 Delta.
Let's go and alt off. There we go. They're actually waiting for each other. That's very sweet. Okay. Nice. Should be right in the middle of this line. Yeah. And that's our turn right there. This one. You see these lines? Super cool though. Traffic global. Highly recommended. If you fly a lot of airliners, then this is the plugin for you. Because makes you feel that you're really flying in a full blown large international airport. Is that our shadow? Yes, it is. Come on. Just a bit more push. Oh, this guy is heavy. Let's see if we can align this. There's a guy right there, covered by the box, but yeah, he's guiding us.
Japan 873 en route, hold shuttle Sierra 3 on Juliet.
Hold shuttle Sierra 3 on Juliet, Japan.
I always have a hard time aligning here, but looks like the guy is saying we can go straight forward, waving us along. Is that correct? Yeah, that looks good. Coming close. Okay, see him? Come on. This is very dramatic. Very slow. That's good. One more. I think we overdid it a bit. Now normally you don't do this, but I think we can do this a bit with the reversers. So reverse a bit. Don't do this at home. There we go, we're reversing. Okay. Oh, still not. Weird stuff, because I guess when you let go of it, it goes forward. There we go, let's do that again. Rewind. Oh my goodness, the suspense is killing me. There we go. Parking brake. Let us start the APU. And now we can close the engines. There we go. And now the auto gate is working. That's why I really wanted to align, because I wanted the auto gates to detect, come close to us, like so. Beautiful. Alright, let's have a look at pilot's life. Look at that, guys. Wow, not that I'm trying to impress you, but look at the landing. Less than 50 feet per minute. Nice. Now that's a very smooth landing. Not at the center, not at the actual strips, but I'll take it. Goodness, that's lucky for me. Hugely lucky. Alright, we will go and check out the replay before I let you guys go. Let's go and get rid of Pilot2ATC. We don't need the chatter anymore, but we do need to see how we did with the landing. That's amazing. There we are. Fast forward a bit. Is that us already? That must be us already, because it's getting very windy. Oh, no, not yet. This is actually autopilot. There we are. Very nice approach. Bit crosswind. Very mild crab there. And that's us doing the minor changes, adjustments and whatnot. I think I floated a bit, but here, are we high? No, that didn't sound so good, that question. But here we are, looking pretty good actually. I guess I should have hit the right rudder at the last moment. Yeah, I floated just a tad there. But there you go. That ultimately resulted in a very smooth landing. The passengers probably enjoyed that one. But yeah, ideally we should have landed right there in that white spot. Here. We were a bit after. But we still landed within those white strips, so I guess it's not that bad. And not very much in the center. But I will take it, my goodness. My goodness. Alright, I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry it's a bit long guys, but if you do like these kinds of videos, please let me know. Comment, like, share. Let's do more of these hopefully, because I really enjoy these. Anyway, thanks for watching, have a good one, and I'll try and find a nice thumbnail, right? Clumsy flying. Not this time. Thanks guys, and have a nice day. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye.